5 years, you know, there are so many things that one can mention, and I can sit here and talk about that for minutes. And I think what Piedmont did is it opened our minds to what more can be done to improve not just results, but the holistic development of children. Also, I think the teaching methods started to change because, you know, the classroom was boring. It led to us removing our chalkboards, putting up whiteboards, putting up data projectors, and a lot of training followed for teachers, and teachers have come from different generations. So, you know, even my teachers close to retirement, we had to motivate them, and all of them came aboard. And I think, you know, even though they were wary of technology in the beginning, we started creating training groups at the school, iPad champs, technology champs, and the younger teachers started training the older teachers so that everybody could get on board. The e-learning introduction, the introduction of devices into the school, and that's what put us on the road of e-learning. The fact that we started with iPad labs and MacBooks, you know, at the beginning, as Chris said, you know, people were afraid of technology. We didn't use it in the classroom before. And that opened so much resources and information to the learners, which they didn't have before. And that was the foundation, I think, that made going into e-learning a much easier transformation for us. I think if it wasn't for Piedmont, we wouldn't have gone that route. It's because our teachers were trained by Piedmont. It was because they were comfortable with the technology that made us make this decision to go to e-learning prior to the MEC or anybody else speaking about it. Some would Park Ansi and them jumped in before us, and we learned from their mistakes. And I think that also helped us to start this e-learning in a much smoother way, making less mistakes than some of the part. We're now using the technology not just for the sake of the technology, but to actually open up information to learners, which widens your curriculum. You don't just stick to the prescribed curriculum from the department, but you actually look beyond that. And this has given our kids the edge, especially when they go to universities. If you go to UJ or WITS, the top 10 first years, you know, at one stage, I think 2 years ago, we had the top 4 kids at UJ came from our schools. I think we are giving them that edge because all universities use technology. They use basically the same Wi-Fi system as we do. They use the same technology. The University of Potchefstroom uses exactly our system. I think that it has improved the creativity of the learners. Our learners have become very creative. You know, learners are like that, especially young kids, they want to experiment. So we've given them the technology. We use it in the classroom to teach, but also now they have the technology, they start experimenting with that technology, and that gives them an opportunity for them to use their own creativity to enhance their knowledge. And our library, we've closed our library down now. We have an e-library at our school now, where, you know, people can read normal reading books for relaxation from the e-library. Also, I think our primary schools have advanced incredibly in the last 5 years, because I've been doing stats even before Piedmont with my primary schools. And to name Galway, for instance, if you look where their results were, they were, out of all my feeder schools, about number 4, 5 or 6 even, when it came to performance. They've moved up to number 3. Especially now with e-learning, in the afternoons, because we have Wi-Fi. Some of these kids don't have internet and Wi-Fi at home, so they do their homework sitting at those tables because they have free Wi-Fi access. So you don't find kids leaving school. So I would definitely back performing arts development in the school, because not all school learners, individual learners, have the same talents. Some learners do not have the intellectual capacity than others. They can't all become engineers or pilots or doctors. And the performing arts gives them another sphere of careers that they can follow. And there are people with great talent. They might not have the academic ability, but they have the talent to find a career in the performing arts that will obviously serve them for life. You know, also we've planted a lot of trees since the inception of the Green Project. Some trees donated by Piedmont, some by the municipality. We must have planted close to 80 trees in the last 5 years. Although we have a lot, there's always space for more. So there's enough shade for our learners, and we've also tried to plan for the future. And when we look at the location of where we plant these trees, We have created two proper waiting areas for our parents from useless squads that we had, and they are now beautiful people. I see my teachers even sit there and interview parents there now because of the atmosphere that has been created in those squads. The most important thing that we got out of Piermont is making us aware of the technology, allowing us to develop, and then not just the technology you gave us, but then starting to think ahead, starting to plan for the future, starting to think that if we want to give our learners the edge, we have to enhance what Piermont has given us. We have to build on that, we have to develop that, so that at least, you know, the foundation that you created can be built on for the future, and that's what we've done.